It's one thing to be showered with love by your fans, but when you're being rated by your own peers, it's another story. Anonymous players voted 2 All-Stars as the most overrated players, as well as who they think should be the real MVP at the end of the season. What's going on, Fumble fam? It's your boy Chris, but you can also find me over on my YouTube channel, CK2K, so make sure you subscribe here, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to like this video. Now, I love this time of year because fans tend to have different opinions of their favorite or not so favorite athletes than the players themselves. So let's get right into this. Now, everyone remains anonymous for obvious reasons when they make these votes for each category. That makes sense, especially pertaining to the first category, most overrated player. And the list has a wide range from all-stars to role players. And at the bottom of the list, who got a 2.1% vote, had names like Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, Lonzo Ball, Nikola Jokic, and Klay Thompson. Now, before you go, what? Again, this was 2.1% of the vote, so that doesn't really mean too much. I also should have probably led with this by mentioning only 47 of the players actually answered this question, so that's where the 2.1 comes in. Above those names at 4.2%, James Harden, Ben Simmons, LeBron James, and Kyle Lowry were voted for. Then at 6.3%, we had Jimmy Butler, Andrew Wiggins, and Cat. But sitting at the highest percentage of a whopping 17%, the 2 most overrated players are Draymond Green and Russell Westbrook.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Now, I don't entirely disagree, especially on the Draymond front. I mean, the guy is a great defender and gets on literally every player's nerves. But outside of that, I feel like he was voted to 2 or maybe 3 All-Star games too many. Now, for the Russ vote, so as I mentioned earlier, only 47 players answered this question, and mathematically that means like, what, 8 players voted for Russ and Draymond? So don't be sad, Draymond. And one of the later questions, who talks the most trash? Draymond ran away with that category. Now, moving on to another notable category, the players selected who they think should win this year's MVP. And as you'd expect, it came down to James Harden and Giannis Antetokounmpo. 122 players answered this one, and sitting at a commanding 44.3%, James Harden would be the MVP. And coming in second at 38.9% was Giannis. Rounding out the top 5 was Paul George at 12.7% and Joel Embiid in 4th, 1.7%. This to me is going to stay close here for the last few days of the regular season, but we know this award is run by the most attractive narrative. Although James has been the 50 god this year, Giannis pushed the 4th place Bucks to have the best record in the entire NBA, and that may end up giving him the edge when it comes to the outside voters. Let me know who y'all MVP is in the comments below. Now, this last one I'm a big fan of because for at least 6 to 7 years now, the whole debate of who's the best ball handler, pause, big pause on that one, has been a never-ending battle. But we finally got an answer by the players. As we talked about in some of the past categories, a select few of the players choose to answer some of these questions. And for this one, the difference in percentage is a landslide. In second, with a very low 7.4%, they voted Steph Curry. So with Steph off the boards, number 1 shouldn't be that hard to guess. With 77.1% of the votes, Kyrie Irving was voted to have the best handles in the league. No surprise here. I've been saying this. I mean, y'all seen this, right? And just this year, he managed to get a game winner against Indy, weaving through the tight traffic like this.
Kyrie, Irving to the basket, Irving, got it! 0.5 of a second to go.
It's gonna be nice seeing him in New York next year, especially alongside this guy that the players also agree is gonna be a Knick. 109 players voted on this question that has been on everyone's mind. Where will Kevin Durant play next season? And with a big lead in front of his current team, the Golden State Warriors, sitting at 63.3%, the players expect Kevin Durant to suit up with the blue and orange next year, while Golden State had a modest 20.2%. Oh, and Brooklyn was on there too. I feel like I should mention this with a very sad 4.5%. So miss me with the Nets over the Knicks. Talk, haters. According to the players, other names like Drew Holiday won most underrated, and Coach Pop's getting the best coach honors. There's a lot of other entries on this list that I left out, and I suggest that you go check them out now. Google it, you'll find it. But what do you guys think? Like I said earlier, is your MVP James Harden, or are you going to go with Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's probably the easy and safe answer? Are you guys bringing Kevin Durant to my New York Knicks, or do you guys just want to be some haters and continue to say, oh, he's going to the Lakers? Let me know in the comments below. This has been your boy Chris. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out of here.